The primary warship of the ancient Lantean fleet, the Aurora-class battleship, is an extremely large and powerful combat vessel, able to outmatch almost any attacker of its time, up to and including the colossal hive ships of the Wraith. Highly sophisticated and heavily armed, the Aurora class is outfitted with much of the Lanteans' most advanced technology, boasting near-impenetrable shields, cutting-edge weapon systems and powerful engines. The Lanteans made subtle alterations and improvements to the Aurora class across its career, causing ships of the class to range between 3,000 and 3,500 meters in length. The vessel's space frame seems mostly symmetrical from a distance, but closer inspection reveals the ship's numerous weapons emplacements, sensor arrays and viewports. The Aurora class can be controlled by a single pilot if need be, but the ship normally operates with a far larger crew, and on transport or evacuation missions, the vessel is able to carry up to 500 passengers, either in comfortable living quarters or in stasis booths for unusually long journeys. The Aurora class is armed with a large number of pulse cannon emplacements spread across the surface of the craft, and a single array of drone launchers mounted on the dorsal hull. In combat, the ship relies on its pulse weapons and powerful shields to protect itself from harm, whilst employing its arsenal of drones to inflict critical damage on hostile capital ships. The primary energy source of the Aurora class can be supplemented with the addition of a zero-point module, allowing the ship to transfer incredible amounts of energy between subsystems. When powered by a ZPM, the vessel's pulse weapons can be increased in yield to such a degree that they can be reallocated to an offensive role. And on one occasion, an Aurora-class vessel was able to destroy a shielded Traveller generational ship with only a few shots from these secondary weapons. The standard Aurora class is outfitted with a highly advanced interstellar hyperdrive, allowing for rapid transit within the Pegasus galaxy. Like most Lantean drive systems, this hyperdrive was able to reach incredible speeds, far in advance of even Asgard interstellar drive systems. The Aurora class could also be retrofitted with an intergalactic hyperdrive with little difficulty, though this was an uncommon occurrence, as the Lanteans rarely had cause to leave the Pegasus galaxy, and to equip a military vessel with an intergalactic hyperdrive would present a serious risk of the technology falling into the hands of the Wraith. Though the Aurora class became an uncommon sight after the Lanteans' ascension, some of the vessels could still be found abandoned or derelict in the Pegasus galaxy, most often at remaining Lantean bases and facilities. After 10,000 years of retirement, the ship saw something of a resurgence in the hands of the human-form replicators, known as Azurans. Continuing in their tradition of imitating Lantean technology, the Azurans constructed an impressive navy, comprised mostly of Aurora-class vessels. Though this fleet was more than a match for the remaining Wraith ships at this time, the craft proved drastically less effective against the more modern Asgard plasma beams installed on the warships of the Tauri, which were able to incapacitate and destroy an Aurora-class vessel with only 1 or 2 shots. Though unable to counter the Asgard beam weapons, the continued effectiveness of the Aurora class in combat with modern vessels speaks to the longevity of the ship's design, and in spite of the developments made by other races during the ship's 10,000-year absence from use, the Aurora-class battleship still remains one of the largest, fastest, and most formidable warships in known space. Thanks for watching Spacedock. If you enjoyed this video, why not head over to Fleetyards, where I'll be continuing to discuss the Aurora class on their new Fleetyards mission briefing series. You can find the video linked here and in the video description. Thanks again.